she said. I'd never marry a man who works with his hands. Too bad he used them to remove the ring. I'd been doing construction for 8 years. Drywall installation was my specialty. Good money, honest work. That Tuesday, I came home early. Thunderstorm shut down the job site. I took the stairs quietly to our apartment. Years of moving carefully around job sites had made me light on my feet, even in heavy boots. I reached our door and pulled out my keys. That's when I heard Laura's voice through the door. Loud, animated, the way she got when talking to her mother. Mom, you're being ridiculous. There's zero chance I'd actually marry someone who puts up drywall for a paycheck. I have standards. The keyring felt suddenly heavy in my hand. But he's convenient right now. Splits rent, fixes things around the apartment, and the engagement keeps Dad from setting me up with his golf buddies. I stood frozen in that hallway. Trust me, this isn't forever. There's a guy in corporate at work, makes 6 figures. Once I have something better lined up, I'll figure out an exit strategy. Her mother said something I couldn't make out. No, he doesn't suspect anything. He's too busy mixing mud and hanging sheets to notice much. Simple guy, simple needs. You raised me better than this, right? I'm not going to end up a construction worker's wife. I stepped back from the door. My hands were shaking. That morning, I'd had the jeweler appraise the engagement ring. Something had felt off for weeks. The jeweler gave me back 80% of what I paid. The receipt was still in my wallet. I sat on the stairwell for 20 minutes thinking about timing, about how to handle this the right way for me. Over the next few days, I started paying attention. At dinner, she scrolled through her phone while I talked about work. We used purple giraffes instead of screws. I tested. Sounds good, she said absently. She didn't notice. Saturday, she left her laptop open. A conversation with someone named Alexa. He's still useful for now. Handles all the manual labor stuff. But Christopher from corporate took me to lunch again yesterday. Now that's husband material. That week, I made quiet calls. My former supervisor, Damon, had started his own contracting company. The partnership was legitimate. Solid contracts, good margins. I signed the papers. Put down $20,000 as my buy-in. Then Laura announced she wanted to throw an engagement party. Invite everyone. Friends, family, co-workers. 3 weeks from Saturday. Sure, I said. Let's celebrate. She had no idea she was planning her own farewell party. I started moving things out slowly. The lease was in her name. Legally, I could walk away whenever I wanted. Saturday arrived. 40 people in a private room downtown. String lights, floral centerpieces. A banner reading, "Congratulations, Laura," with my name in smaller letters underneath. Christopher was there. Expensive suit. He looked at me with barely concealed amusement. Her mother toasted about how Laura has always had very clear standards and knows what she deserves. Laura squeezed my hand. Your turn. I stood up. 40 faces turned toward me. Thanks everyone for coming. Laura put a lot of work into this party. She's good at planning. I'm just a simple guy. I hang drywall for a living. Some people might say it's beneath them, below their standards. Laura's smile faltered. But here's what I've learned. Walls hide a lot. You can make them look perfect on the outside. But if there's rot behind the surface, eventually, everything crumbles. The room went silent. 3 weeks ago, I came home early and stood outside our apartment door. I heard Laura on the phone with her mother, laughing about how there was zero chance she'd marry someone who puts up drywall. How she has standards. She called me convenient. Said she was waiting for something better. I gestured toward Christopher. Someone like the corporate guy from her office. Christopher set his drink down hard. Laura, you were right about one thing. You do have standards. And so do I. I pulled the ring receipt from my pocket. Got 80% back when I returned your ring the same day I heard that conversation. This engagement has been over for 3 weeks. You just didn't know it. Her father stood up. Laura, is this true? She looked at him, then her mother, then Christopher. Trapped. I can explain. No need. Everyone here knows exactly who you are now. I set my drink down. I moved all my stuff out already. The apartment's yours. Good luck covering rent alone. I started toward the door. Where are you going? Her voice cracked. To hell, I said.